Are Ford Maverick orders going to get canceled? Well, I feel like I need to cover this because I've got a really big suspicion that there'll be some channels, blowing this out of proportion, saying Maverick orders are getting canceled. Click on this video. This is, the end of Ford, that kind of thing. This is absolutely what's going on is, relatively normal. So we're going to get into that. Yes, some Maverick orders actually can be canceled, and that's unfortunate. That's going to be on the dealer and your end because that is easily resolved. However, some orders are going to get canceled for a whole different reason, because basically they're getting converted from a 2022 to a 2023. So currently in the system, there's really two types of conversions, and we're going to be talking about exactly that today. One type of conversion where you need to do a few things, and your dealer as well, and another type of conversion that's going to affect less clients, actually very few Maverick clients. Actually, it's for those that have currently a build date in the month of December. So let's talk about the two types of conversions to make sure everyone is hunky-dory and a-okay. So I'm Johnny from Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, and well, I'm here to help. I like to cover all the Ford news and cut through what I like to call BS busters, or don't be fooled, because, well, some YouTube videos are all about that really catchy thumbnail, and they talk a little bit about something and don't seem to really fully grasp what's going on. So let's get into all the nitty-gritty. Don't worry, this won't be a long video. This is relatively simple, but very, very important. And if you do like Ford news and you do like accurate news on Ford products and the occasional review, please hit that thumbs up button and do subscribe to the channel, because it does now help feed two poodles. It'll be greatly appreciated. Winter is coming in Canada, and we've got to not just feed, but we need to dress for winter those poodles. So thank you very much. Let's put the pedal to the metal and get started right up. First of all, let's talk about the first type of conversion. So if you currently have a 2022 Maverick order on hand in the United States, your dealer should have absolutely already called you up, had you provide your driver's license, and had you sign about 2 to 3 different documents, really 3 documents. One, your build, because they need to reconfirm that you still want the vehicle. Ford wants to make sure you still want the vehicle and that you understand. Let's say you have luxury package, that even though they're removing the bed, spray and bed liner for the Lariat luxury package, or the drop-in, that's the plastic bed liner on the XLT luxury package, but that both luxury packages for XLT and Lariat, both of them are losing what's in the bed. They're also losing those bed rails and the remote start. Don't worry about the remote start, no big deal whatsoever. By downloading Ford Pass, you get that anyways. And it's cool, it's on your cell phone, so you can lock, unlock your doors, start your vehicle, and really find out what's going on with your Maverick. So your dealer in the States should have already called you. Now in Canada, the deadline's the end of the month of October. So your dealer is probably in the process. If they haven't already done so, they will be calling you up. You can be proactive, give them a call, and make sure that gets done immediately. Now, if you're in the States and you didn't get a call from your dealer, but you had a 2022 Maverick order in the system, well, I'm worried, pretty certain that it's too late, but why not try? Give them a call and try to get them to put in your order. It's probably too late, but for the little effort that it requires, it's worth the try. Because what they need to be sending to Ford is, they need to send your driver's license to Ford, you need to sign the build sheet, and you need to sign a few sheets saying that you understand that, with all the constraints that are going on, Ford can't guarantee a time, they can't necessarily, promise just basically that everything is up in the air. And Ford wants to know that you still want the vehicle, knowing that we're not in what you could say an ideal build period. Now this is affecting pretty much every manufacturer in the automobile industry, and it's affecting many companies outside the automobile industry as well. So that's the first type of conversion. If you're in Canada, like I said, the deadline is the end of October to get that conversion done. Call up your dealer, be proactive, make sure they get it in the system. Now, if ever you want to make changes later on, do keep in mind that a dealer might not be comfortable making a change to your order if it is priority 1 to really 1 to 9, because those are codes Ford gives, the dealership gives priority code 10 to 19. But if you are one of those codes, they just need to know that they can change it. And yes, it does remove the priority code 1 or 2. However, they make the changes, and as long as the system doesn't say, not submittable, that it, doesn't pass, as long as the system accepts it, they then need to just immediately contact their scheduler, and their scheduler can be contacted. They should know about that. They get dealer emails, and it's at the end of the weekly dealer updates. So we've got, the names and numbers of schedulers, so they should be able to handle that and tackle that right on. Now let's talk about the second type of conversion. And basically, if your dealer doesn't, confirm your order with Ford, essentially your order is canceled. Mind you, that shouldn't be happening if your dealer knows what they're doing. So the first type, the dealer is active and needs to do the work themselves. Now, for people who have a build date in the month of December, I'm sorry to inform you, but you will not get a 2022 Maverick. And yes, your order is going to get canceled. However, your dealer needs to make sure they don't cancel your order. Everything's going to be done by Ford. So this is good. Ford doesn't want any dealers they don't want to risk this getting messed up. So if you already have a build date in December, Ford is going to duplicate your order. Basically, they're going to copy and paste, you could say, into a 2023 order. My only worry is I don't know yet what's going to happen if your color no longer exists, because if you picked a color that has been canceled in 2022 and you're buildable for 2022 in the month of December, well, now that you're going to get a 23 Maverick with a very high priority number, probably a priority code 1, at most 2, Ford is going to work on getting yours built first. However, I don't know what's going to happen if your color is no longer available. So do check your emails. Maybe Ford's going to send you an email. Maybe they'll contact the dealership and say, contact this specific client and ask them what color they want instead of, the color that's no longer available. And do keep in mind, you're going to get a 2023. It's almost certain that you're going to get some sort of rebate to cover that difference. And in regards to interest rate, it is possible that you'll get the 2022 interest rate. It's not impossible. I'd just say at this point, it's more improbable, but we'll see. We'll find out more about that shortly. But these are things that you need to know. Your dealership needs to know to not touch your order. Ford's going to duplicate it. And then once the system has your new 23 order in it, well, then the system itself will be able to, all on its own, Ford's going to do this, not your dealership. They're going to cancel out your 2022. So whatever videos you see saying that, this is a disaster, Ford's having to cancel some orders. And as far as I know, this is happening to hybrids, and it's happening to hybrids because, as I suspected, how the email is worded, it's due to lack of parts from certain suppliers. I've been saying this now for well over 12 months, a little over 12 months, I should say, that I highly suspect it comes down to batteries. And guess what? This is affecting hybrids. So once again, I still think this is all about getting good batteries and enough good batteries for the hybrid Maverick. This isn't a Ford only issue. Batteries, good batteries are hard to come by these days, and it is something that is affecting all manufacturers. And this is why hybrids in general, no matter what manufacturer you shop, there's a long line, and that line can go out at certain manufacturers to even as long as 4 or 5 years. So issues with batteries, you will get your Maverick. You're gonna get a 2023, and here's the positive spin on all of this. The silver lining, yes, it does mean you're gonna get pushed out and you're gonna wait yet again a little longer. Ford's gonna put you priority, probably 1, maybe 2, and they're gonna do their best to build you, but do keep in mind constrained items, which I've been covering now for 12 months. You wanna make sure best as possible, those are off your list. And you are gonna get, you can look at the build, my last build and price video, or other videos I've done, but essentially you're not gonna have your 2022 color or your 2022 Maverick luxury package on your 23. It's gonna get built completely under the, rules and guidelines of a 23. So that means no remote start on the Lux package and what I mentioned earlier. It does mean if you had an XL hybrid, great, you're now getting cruise control. That's one silver lining, but the big silver lining is your vehicle is going to be worth considerably more if you go to trade it in 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Like my Bronco I received it December 21. It's a 2021 model. Had I received it 4 or 5 weeks later, it would have been a 22 and would have theoretically, whenever I go to trade it, a better resale value. So your Maverick's going to be worth more. You've got more money in your pocket when it comes to trading it. So that's the silver lining in all of this. Now, I'm sorry I had to bring this news, but I really feel that this was important that I clarify this, because I do suspect maybe, whether it's now or maybe, maybe it'll be a video made in 2 months, 3 months, late, that's going to say, Mavericks get canceled, horrible news at Ford. It'll have some thumbnail with the CEO on it. So there's certain channels I've got that, I have trouble with because their information is sometimes, I almost feel deliberately misleading just to get clicks. But here you get the real deal. So if you like that type of thing and you want to encourage us, please do subscribe. Like I said, it helps feed the poodles and does help us have more content, more vehicles for the channel. Speaking of which, currently we're going to be coming up with a little more F-150 Raptor content. Hope to be able to produce some of our Toyota MR2 content from our 1991 MR2. And while we are waiting on a Lightning and a Maverick. So there's lots going down at the channel here in the next few months, and I do want to get around very quickly to making what you could call the ultimate deadline at Ford video. So covering very important dates, really deadlines, for some very important long-awaited models at Ford. So covering the Bronco, covering the Maverick, covering the Lightning, and the Bronco, of course. I want to bring those very important dates to you. So that'll be coming up. Don't miss out. Thank you so much for watching today. I wish you all the best. I wish you more cars and more power. So clearly, I hope your vehicle gets in soon. Please do give us info. Share with the community what's going on with your order. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them in the video, in the comment section on the video. We're a community here to help each other out. In the meantime, I wish you the best. Have a great week. Take care.